So, Chunky, what have you learned from 3% Man, and how has having the cheat codes to life changed your life for the better?
All right, from 3% Man, this book right here. Here you go.
Handsome, shaved head bastard.
I learned, basically, one of the biggest lessons I've learned with the cheat codes was gauging attraction levels. So when I'm out and about and I just interact with like a woman or something, I can kind of just from that first either conversation or that kind of looking at her, I can gauge what her really attraction level is to me. So even know if it's worth it to approach her and do that part. So instead of like just, especially it just, and then knowing that attraction level after gauging it, it helps going forward to see what I can actually do with it. So instead of like wasting my time just going to a bunch of women that are just going to say no from the get-go, I'm only going after women that I find attractive and are attracted to me. And it just makes it so much easier. It just better quality of woman, and it just makes it easier, honestly, instead of going for people who aren't attracted to you.
Is it like body language? Like, do you pick up
body language? Body language is huge. Yeah, so you got to look at body language, eye contact, and then the conversation itself. So when you're talking to them, are they just saying like one-word little enders and not asking you anything about yourself? Or are they getting involved and asking, kind of allowing yourself to have that conversation? That's a big thing.
Yeah.
Because like, talking to people, you could ask the open-ended questions. So it's like when I'm done talking, you have stuff to. It gives you a good platform to jump off of. Or if I just say no and I don't say anything else, I look away. I don't maintain that conversation. That's a big thing I found.
Yeah.
And then also, men and women are just different. Like we communicate. Men are a lot more logical and stuff, while women are more emotional. So it's kind of learning how to deal with those two mindsets, basically, and learning how women communicate. Because a lot of women communicate subconsciously. They'll just do things like. You can just tell, like, they communicate a lot more through their bodies than men do. Men are more just, they'll say these words and how they're feeling, and just, that'll be it. Very brief and kind of. Women can show their ways through a lot more things, through their speaking and their body language. So that was a good thing to listen to. Other things I learned is it's a numbers game. Don't get disheartened if you get rejected 10 times in a row, 50 times. It's just, you got to keep going. And you're gonna get it.
Trial and error.
Yeah, trial and error. And then the more you do it, the better. And your success rate slowly builds up and up. The more lessons you learn, the more you implement it, the just better and better it gets. It's just kind of grow. It's just you got to start and not when you're failing when you first start, not getting disheartened and just keep pushing through. That's what I found with learning the lessons. And then in the book I learned basically for the pickups. How to just be more flirty and have a conversation. It's even helped me, not even just like doing that, like picking up and flirting. It's just helped me in everyday conversations with people. I'm not trying to flirt or anything. I'm just having a conversation with people. So my people skills have just gone through the roof. It's not just helpful for dating. It's just literally just interacting with other humans. It's helped me. Oh, another lesson I learned from the 3% Man was that I can't really it's not the best going to women about advice for women. It just doesn't, sometimes it just doesn't work, I found, which kind of sucks because especially growing up, I was like, oh, if I want to talk to women,
change, yeah, and their explanations shift.
Like if I want to get a woman, I should talk to what is a woman like. So I would talk to a woman, try and get that first-hand experience, and then after I take into consideration what they said, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to start doing this, and then it just didn't yield any results. So that's one thing I learned. It's just like, it wasn't as helpful. It gave you a good idea, kind of, but it wasn't the advice really needed to seal the deal and actually understand it.
Girls don't want to hurt your feelings.
Yeah. So it's like they could be saying things that only really apply to them, what they like, and then you go try it on another woman, and you're like, shit, this doesn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah, women give bad pickup advice.
Yes, they do. They're just like, oh, just
and bad relationship advice. Just be yourself.
Oh, you have something. Yeah, just say it.
I got some
say
fire relationship advice.
I should say not all women. Okay, let her rip.
Let her rip. Yeah.
Oh,
now we got to.
Yeah, I mean you're disagreeing with it, so let's see what you got.
I feel like it depends on like the situation. Like communication, I don't know. I feel like we've been through this.
Yeah.
I need like someone to come to me with advice. And I'll give them.
It?
I feel like I was everyone's shrink in high school. Like people would come to me with their relationship problems, and I would just give them my opinion. Why is that?
I wonder why that is. if you're listening to your mother talk,
Yeah.
and she's listening to me bloviate constantly,
I just try
it
to
seeped down.
guide
It was the
people.
trickle down effect.
I feel like a lot of people get into relationships, especially in high school, and they feel stuck and they feel controlled and they're unhappy, but they're comfortable.
They take it way too seriously. That's
Yeah.
the problem. They're like, this is a relationship. They treat it almost like a marriage, and it's crazy.
Yeah.
They're just too invested in it. But that's because it's their first time doing it, so they're in that honeymoon phase of relationships, where it's just everything's amazing, it's so blissful, but then it always kind of comes crashing down.
Yeah, fast and hard.
Yeah.
No, but once someone's comfortable in a relationship, it's hard to leave and it's hard to change because change is a very uncomfortable
You don't want to lose that
feeling.
person.
Yeah, and it sucks losing a person. Like, yeah, exactly. You love them. But that's like, it's a trap. Like, you feel like you love this person, but you feel trapped in it and you want to leave because you're not getting what you want. But it's this person you fell in love with. You have this idea of them in your head. And if you're mad at them and they make you upset, you just think about the beginning and you're like, oh, well, I remember these times, but like, people change, and you can start a relationship as like different people than how you end it.
Of course.
So you have to like always be on your toes and always realize, am I happy? And even if you're unhappy but you love this person, like sometimes like you have to sacrifice that person for your own happiness. Yeah. I mean, maybe it's not good advice to some people, but I feel like it's good advice for myself, my situations.